Hey guys, I just wanted to do a quick comparison review between the LG G3 and the Note 4, which two of Korea's best devices at the moment. Obviously the LG G3 is a little bit older compared to the Note 4, but can it keep up with the Note 4 in certain aspects? We can find out in this video. Straight from the start, I think that the LG G3 has an advantage over the Note 4 in that it is more pocketable when it comes to the form factor. It is still a bit plasticky, but at 5.5 inches, that's maybe a bit more acceptable to most people. And I don't actually mind this kind of like plasticky back cover now. It is an improvement over the LG G2's back cover, which was a bit like smudgy and slippery, but this one does feel a little bit more premium and gives you that comfortable feeling in the hand compared to the Note 4, obviously, with its new design. Big fan of the Note 4's new design with its chamfered edges and just a really solid feel about it. And I do like this back as well, which is like a leather type of effect, and it gives you a nice grippy feeling to it, although it is obviously a little bit bigger, so using it one-handed, it's a bit more temperamental. So I give it to the LG G3 when it comes to the ergonomics of the device. Other than that, you're looking at obviously Quad HD displays, which is very high pixel density on these displays, so much that a lot of people may not even notice. Like it's 534 ppi on the LG G3 versus what we are on 515 ppi on the Note 4, so slightly higher pixel density on the LG G3, but in my eyes I can really notice the Quad HD on the Note 4 compared to the LG G3 in comparison to the older models for some reason, probably because it is an AMOLED display and it is a bit newer. I do prefer the AMOLED anyway. As you know, it's to me it gives you more punchy kind of colours and very nice viewing angles. But the LG G3 display itself is very nice and has its own little advantages, such as being IPS. So you won't get any of that burnout after 2 years. I got some of that on my Note 3. And also IPS is a little bit better outdoors as well. And some people just prefer the LCD, it looks more realistic when you're looking at photos and videos. But in terms of the actual web browsing on both of them, it's a very nice high definition display on both of them. So you can literally like read all the content on a website zoomed out, which is really nice. Can see probably the Verge isn't the best example because it is a mobile version. Let's try Daily Mail. So once you go to a website, you can, if you look on the LG G3, you should be able to just about make out that you can actually see the text even without zooming in, and the same thing on the Note 4, and because it is obviously bigger as well, the Note 4, you are going to get that little bit more content on the web page as well, which is nice. I do like both screens, but I think that in general, I do like my AMOLED, so I do prefer the Note 4's AMOLED. And you can also obviously customize the display, which should come under the adaptive screen mode, so you can have it in different kind of modes, like basic for example, that limits the colours a bit. Cinema, still a bit vibrant. Photo is a bit dull, but I just leave it on adaptive because it seems to do the best job. But other than that, you're looking at different processors obviously, with the Note 4 coming in with its Snapdragon 805 clocked at 2.7 GHz, and the LG G3 clocked at 2.5 GHz Snapdragon 801, 2 gigs of RAM versus 3 gigs of RAM. So in terms of your raw, processing power, you're going to get that kind of power on the Note 4. Although it is a bit disappointing that Samsung didn't go with the 64-bit kind of processor with the Note 4. It would have been, nice to put that in for a bit of future-proofing. But I think that the 805 does a little bit better job when it comes to, your multitasking, things like that. We can just do some app opening times and just show you the performance on both of them. In fact, let's just turn them off and on again first, so that we're doing a fair test. So the LG seemed to turn off a bit quicker there, so let's try turning them on again. Note 4 looks like it's going to win this. There you go. So LG turns off a bit quicker, but the Note does come back to life a lot quicker. So let's try opening up some apps. So about the same there. No real difference with that one. Note 4, into the browsing. LG G3 not too far behind though. See a bit of redraw there with going into the app tray, which is a bit annoying. You do get that from time to time on the LG G3. So try some YouTube. Note 4 again. So how about some maps? LG looked a bit quicker there, but only a little bit. And can drop a pin. Looked like the Note 4 was a bit more ready there, a bit quicker. How about going into the camera? About the same, can't really see much of a difference there. eBay, LG G3, well done. Amazon, where's my Amazon at? No Amazon. I can't find Amazon, don't think I'll put it on. What else? Settings, Note. So I think in general, in terms of the app opening, you can see the benefits of having the Snapdragon 805, but it's not too much. I think that a lot of what the problems on the G3 probably down to software, such as that redrawing and, you know, moments of lag here and there. How about some multitasking? I do wish manufacturers would standardize where the buttons are, as well as the multitasking kind of interface. You know, I don't see the reason why they have to change it, because this is really confusing. But it does look like the Note 4 is doing things a little bit quicker. That was an LG moment. Oh, little crash there on the LG G3. Not a good showing there. So again, you know, multitasking, your Note 4 I think is the way to go. But if you do want to increase the performance a little bit on the LG G3, you can actually go into the developer options, and it does give you the same type of options you get on the Note, where you can you know, disable a few of these things like animation, turn these all off, and that will get rid of the fancy animations and lead to a little bit faster performance. As you can see, just, you know, popping in and out of things seems to be a bit more responsive. So do bear that in mind with the LG G3. You know, there is another significant advantage of the LG G3. You know, it's can be picked up for about 350 quid. It's excellent value for money compared to the Note, which comes in at a premium at like 550 quid or something. And you do get some of the multitasking you'd find on the Note 4, such as you know, your, hang on, not this one, where is it, Q slide, that's it. So for example, you can get your file manager up and get a browsing session on, and get a video up. So you can do a whole load of things at the same time. The only problem is that I don't think it supports everything. So like you know, YouTube, etc. So it's a basic multitasking, you know, and it should be a little bit better than what you get on a stock device. But for real multitasking, you can't really beat the Note. And if you're paying the premium, you may as well learn how to do the multitasking. So just get that up. I'm forgetting it's a little bit different on the Note 4. So if you want to, for example, minimize this, there we go, got there in the end. And we can get YouTube up as well. Minimize that, put that there. Amazon. You see, not all apps are supported with it, which is a bit of a shame. But you do notice that when I go to the home screen quite quickly there, it does automatically make them smaller, so that's quite useful. and then you can just quickly get back into it. So in terms of the the multitasking, LG G3 can't really compare to the Note 4, and obviously you get this S Pen as well, which is very nice in itself, which allows you to not write on the screen with your finger and get it all smudgy. It does take some practice to get to learn how to do different things, but once you do start doing different things, you'll wonder how you ever coped without an S Pen. So for example, you can do a quick screenshot and then just share that out to someone. Or you can go into where's my S Note? Do a quick note. So I really like the S Pen. It warns you if you're about to walk off without it as well. On the LG G3 you can do quick memo. As you can see, I've been scribbling. Get rid of that. So yeah, you see, quite a basic way of doing it. Again, you can share that out. So I would have liked it if LG would have put a little pen in there at the bottom. I don't think it would have increased the price too much, and it would have made it give it a little bit more of an edge versus the Note series from Samsung. But I think for most people, they can use their finger. Other than that, you do get some other stuff on the Note 4, such as your download booster, your ultra power saving mode, and some other nice things that you don't get on the LG G3. In terms of the actual battery on both of them, they are both removable, with the LG G3 coming in at about 3000 mAh versus 3100 mAh on the Note 4. You're going to get a better battery life on the Note 4 in my testing, but it's not going to be too much of a difference really. They're both obviously quite big displays, so they are taking up quite a lot of power. Good that they're both removable, and props to LG to fixing the only real issue on the LG G2, as well as adding a micro SD, which is supported on both of them again. And you can access these things at the back, as you know, so good stuff there. They both obviously support all the latest connections, such as your LTE, advanced, also Bluetooth as well, the latest one, NFC, etc. So no issues there. They have slightly different focuses when it comes to the cameras, with the 13 megapixel camera supported by a laser autofocus system on the LG G3. LG's focus was to actually simplify it a little bit compared to prior LG models. You can obviously do your settings such as HDR, etc., as well as put on 4K, which is very nice, but compared to the Note 4 you won't find quite as many different modes, such as your beauty face, etc. I have found focusing to be quite quick though, which is quite a good benefit of having the laser autofocus, which, as you can see, it focuses virtually instantaneously. And I did take some video of both of these showing that, which I'll show you in a moment. But on the Note you do get a lot more modes. They haven't skimped when it comes to your modes, such as your rear cam selfie, selective focus, You can even download more modes to your heart's content. I keep it on auto because I'm quite lazy, but going into the settings you'll find even more modes which you can put on, such as your ISO, auto white balance, exposure value, the list goes on and on. So you do get 4K as well, which is under this one, so that's quite nice. You are having a 16 megapixel ISO cell camera, so you know, you're going to get those nice highly detailed blown up shots, and you do also have OIS as well on the camera, so it should be better for low light and a more stable video recording. So I can show you some example video recording. So just doing a quick test of the camcorders on the LG G3 versus the Note 4. It's a very windy day, so struggling to keep the phones in my hand, but as you can see, very nice view nevertheless on both of them. Quite windy as well up here, so let's try that autofocus. So it looked like on the screen the LG G3 did that a bit quicker. Let's try that again just to make it fair. Make it really close up, and then yeah, it looked like the G3 did that quicker. So wonder what the audio quality is like. You know, both of them are very nice indeed. I'd probably give the actual like vibrancy and richness of the colour to the Note 4. It just looks a bit more kind of colourful to me compared to the LG. But in terms of the actual focusing and you know, the stability of it, I'd give it to the LG. It just seems to be much more stable, and like when you focus on something it's much quicker and reactive. The Note 4 can be a bit slow at focusing at times, probably a software issue, but I do think that laser focusing does give it the edge over the Note in this respect. In terms of the actual pictures, again, you know, I'd say that the LG G3 does give some nice pictures off its camera, which is a Sony sensor, but I think that the Note 4 does give you much higher detailed pictures, particularly when you blow them up on your PC. It's not so noticeable on the smartphone camera, but smartphone screen, but when you do you know, get them on your PC, you can really blow up the Note 4's pictures and you'll have some amazing pictures to share around. So I'd say the Note 4 is a little bit better when it comes to the picture taking, but the LG G3 is in my opinion a better video recorder. But you can't go wrong with either of them, obviously. You know, very nice cameras Samsung and LG put on their devices, never had any issues with them. So yeah, you know, I think I'm gonna end the video about here. So ultimately, you know, I think that both of them are very nice smartphones, and ultimately I guess it depends on your budget really. I think that for most people's needs the LG G3 should suffice really. It gives you a big display, gives you some multitasking stuff, it gives you that quad HD, and it also gives you some advantages over the Note, such as quicker focusing, an LCD panel which won't, you know, might not suffer from burning, and some other stuff as well, such as you know, your LG health apps and things like that. Plus it's much more comfortable in the hand with one hand. You know, it's got that nice curve about it, and you know, it just feels very comfortable and ergonomic. Note 4, I think I'd recommend to people who are power users, you know, who need the best performance. No matter what the price is, you're going to get a better multitasking experience with it, and a better camera, and obviously that nice Quad HD Super AMOLED display. Is it worth, you know, the amount of money compared to the LG G3? I guess that depends on you. But you know, it does have a significant amount of advantages over the LG G3. But I do look forward to seeing what LG comes out with its LG G4, to see you know, if it manages to one up the Note 4. But both excellent smartphones, and you can't really go wrong with either of them. So yeah, you know, this has been a comparison review between the LG G3 and the Note 4. Hit the subscribe button if you liked it, and I'll be back again shortly with some more videos. Cheers.